Sorry I'm a little late. If you are if you're watching this, if you're about to come on, sorry I'm a little late. It's gonna be just a short live stream. Maybe not. I'm gonna see if I can get more people to come in. All right, make sure if you're coming in, hit that like button. That helps with the notifications. It helps bring up the algorithm. So, and if you, and also make sure you share it through your emails, share it through your social media, your Facebook, your Black Junction, your Twitter. Go into people's a comment section and put down hello, about to drop your link at the InfoWars feed. Oh, hey, what up? JMJ2121. We're about to talk about the election. I'm going to basically talk about what we need to do if Biden wins or if Trump wins. And there might be other stuff. I'm also going to share my link to other people on social media myself. So as y'all know, what's going on right now is the election. All right. They're about to, in the next few minutes, they're about to talk about who wins what states and who wins what Senate and Congress seats this evening. But the question is, what do we do if Biden or Trump wins, especially us in the Black community? Because most of us in the Black community are going for neither candidate. Because let's start with the current president, Trump. He's a loudmouth. He has allowed this country to get sick by the coronavirus, the COVID. Even though he wasn't responsible for bringing the virus, unfortunately, he did not do anything to contain the virus. At least he didn't. He just tried to ignore it. He just tried to say it was a hoax. And now we're in the situation where 200,000 people has died out of the millions who get sick with the virus. Joe Biden, his real problem is his past. His past is what's troubling us. He wrote a crime bill that led to the creation of the mass incarcerated prison system that has destroyed the Black community. And Kamala Harris, his running mate, helped put Black women in jail through a truancy law where your kid skipping school could put you in prison even if it was not your fault. And yes, I understand a kid needs to be disciplined, but not in a way where the parent who probably didn't even know her child skipped school should be put in prison. Give them detention. Give them community service. I tell you the truth, probably not long, but I don't even know when I'm actually going to stop this live stream. But as you know, people have been casting their ballots, and either tonight or the next couple days, we will find out who got the most electoral votes. Like I said, they need to just do the popular vote, not the electoral vote. Um, I'm not really part of any political party. Now, I admit in the past I used to be a Democrat, but I'm not really under any political party anymore. Especially when I realize both parties have not been in the best interest for the Black community. Yes, Jalen. Yes, a lot of people have said that the election is dumb and that the candidates have really done nothing. We can't get either of them to want to give us reparations or harsher punishment on police reform. Well, actually, not reform, but actual punishment on police officers that kill unarmed Black people or anyone. Well, that's good to hear. K Red Lotus, constitutional Oh, so you're conservative, but you don't go for the Republicans or the Democrats. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to bring out that even if you're considered a conservative or a liberal, does not mean you're part of a political party. At one point in history, there were both Republicans who were both liberal and conservative, and then there were Democrats that were both conservative or liberal. And there may be some to this day, but when you hear conservative and liberal, you think liberal is Democrat and conservative is Republican. That's not the case. Conservatives and liberals can be for any party. It's their different views. But however, in the past couple of years, the liberals have been leaning heavy towards the left, the Democrats, and more conservatives have head towards independence, no affiliation, or mostly, but even larger of them have head over to the Republican. But I just want to bring them up. Hey, crew, it's been a while. You know what I might also do? I might also bring some people in. Now, Jalen, crew, I do have your emails, so I'm about to send you the link. I'm about to send you the link to the to come on in. Oh wait, hold on. All right. It's been a while since I talked to y'all. I talked to you, crew. So, crew, I'm gonna send you a link as soon as I find your email. Shoot. Okay. And I think I'll give you one too, brother Jalen. All right. Because I may need some people here. All right. I mean, sometimes I'll put my links in the chat room, but I mostly try to do email because we don't want trolls clicking on that link and they end up coming in. There's some other people I want to try to invite, but they're not getting the. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share because that helps with the with the notifications to come through and stuff, especially for those who are having trouble trying to get notifications. Yeah, we've had people who have said that they have still had trouble getting notifications. Dang it. I'm trying to find this one individual's, but I can't find it. Crap. Oh man, I can't find it. Yeah, I'm trying to find this one LB's. I'm trying to see if I can get him. You'll like that guy. I follow him. He follows me, but I can't find his. Some reason I can't find it. All right. All right, I'm trying to figure out what people are saying. Oh, don't worry, crew. I already got your email. I already sent you the link. I don't know how I'm sub to you. Trying to figure out how. Do you know pressure? I don't know either. First of all, to tell you the truth, Kay, I really don't know a lot about you either. All right. So let's get started with what we should do if Joe Biden wins. Oh, actually, no, wait, I said Trump first. Let's see. Let's talk about what we should do if Trump wins first. All right, he's the current commander in chief. So he's going to try to find many ways to cheat to win. One of them is if the race is too close and if he doesn't want those mail-in ballots, he is going to, what I'm about to tell you is he's going to use the courts to try to get them to do a ruling in favor of him destroying those ballots in hopes that that is enough for him to win. And the reason why I say this was because a couple weeks ago, the Republican-led Senate approved his point for appointee for the Supreme Court, Amy Barrett, after Ruth Ginsburg died a month ago. So he's going to try to use the courts. So if we want something in our community, and matter of fact, we should also try to do some of the same stuff for if Joe Biden wins, we need to demand, not beg. There's a difference between begging and demanding. Begging is you're saying, please do this for me. I'll be your best friend. When you succumb to the will of the politician to try to give you something. No, we need to be the demanders. The demanders are people that make the threats, saying that if you don't do this for us, we will not give you anything. In other words, we will not have you elected or reelected in the next election. That's the same thing with Joe Biden. That's the same thing with Donald Trump. Well, of course, Donald Trump, this is his second term. If he wins a second term, he cannot get another term after that means a new Republican, there will be two new challengers for the 2020, the 2024. If Donald Trump, if he doesn't try to get extra terms, has to leave. So basically, Donald Trump can do basically whatever he wants because he knows he's going to leave in 2024 because he won re-election. He doesn't have to really do much because he got both his term. So can I ask, are you for? I am for Black Lives Matter, the movement, or that Black people's lives matter. The organization, there's actual organizations. That's what I'm not for because we saw exposed that they are a front for the Democrats and for the Alphabet Academy, and they actually crap on black people who die. They just do that for clout and stuff. The movement actually is what actually is fighting for actual black people's lives, or just saying the hashtag. That's what I fight for. I fight for actually black people's lives, regardless of what black person you are, black man, black woman, black African, black American, black foreign born, black, any black heterosexual, black LGBT. As long as you're fighting for black people, that's what I'm for. The movement. Black Lives Matter, the organization, is just a front used by some of these politician groups. Oh, I see where you're coming with this, Kay. Well, even though I may not think all cops are bad, but unfortunately, the good cops are not calling out the bad cops. That's the problem. So unless you're not a good cop, if you're not getting rid of the bad cops, or the politicians who are legislating the orders they follow are bad. Anyone who doesn't stop bad cops. I agree with you, Esquire 1995. The good cops, we understand that there are some good cops that want to stop the bad cops, but you see, they're surrounded. They are overlapped. In other words, the police department, the police system is so racist and so corrupt. There's too many bad cops and they have the biggest microphone. There's too much corruption in a lot of these police departments. So there has to be a way for good cops to expose the bad ones in a way that they can be protected, or they don't have to worry about dealing with the bad cops. But if the cops know what's bad and they decide to be silent and not help stop the bad cops, then they are just as bad as the bad cops. In fact, that's what makes them a bad cop, is because they decided not to fight the good fight, not do what's right. And unfortunately, the reason why a lot of these police departments are corrupt is because you have domestic terrorist gangs and other domestic terrorist organizations, including white racist organizations with white racists like the Klan, neo-Nazi, Proud Boys. They have infiltrated these police departments. Elect better officials who will do. Well, yes, that is true, Kate. That is true. And that's why we're talking about what we should do when Trump or Biden wins. See, we have to demand to make sure that our politicians, and we need to stop going for that lesser two evil thing, but I'll talk about that part later. Yeah, but we have to demand our politicians to do something. You see, if we just, and then the problem is that people want to just vote just because, oh, our ancestors died. Yes, but our ancestors died not just for the right to vote, but to make sure we get something out of it. But if we just keep giving away our vote and the politician does nothing, that's what we're going to end up getting. We're going to still end up with more bad politicians. So yeah, we're gonna have to vet our politicians, but I'll talk about that part later. We're gonna talk about what happens when Trump or Biden wins. We have to demand stuff. We gotta take to the streets, to the grassroots. We need to go to their town halls, to their social media, to their emails, and demand things. Write a list of what we want and demand, or that we will threaten to vote them out, or we're going to threaten to vote their friends out. See, a president can only do but so much, even with executive orders. He also has to make sure there's a Congress, whether it be the House of Representatives or a Senate, that's more friendly to the message, to the agenda of the president. If the president doesn't have a lot of friends in the Senate or the House of Representatives or in the courts, like the Supreme Court, he is not going to get much stuff done. So what we can also do is, if Trump doesn't have a black agenda, we will make sure that his Republican friends are voted out in 2022, and we will find candidates to challenge them that will be in our interests. And that same goes for Joe Biden. If Joe Biden doesn't do anything for our agenda, then the difference between him is this will be his first term. And then if he was to leave, Kamala takes over. So in 2022 or any other election before the next presidential election, which is 2024, we will make sure that his friends, whether it be governors, judges, senators, House of Representatives, other Congress people, other delegates, that we'll make sure they don't get elected or reelected, and then he won't have an influence in the legislative or judicial branch, and so he can't do as much as president, even with the executive order. And then we will threaten to vote him out in 2024. We will first try to find a challenger to primary him, or we'll just find someone to vote him out during the general election. We also need to go call out any BS and stupidity or anything that's a detriment whenever they do something. Like, for example, if he's doing things for other groups but is leaving black people behind, we need to call him out on it. We need to go to email, go to the streets, go to their social media, and call them out if they're doing anything for other groups but not for black people. That's for both candidates. What we cannot be doing is just, if one of them wins, when we just go back to sleep. We cannot do that. That's exactly right. We cannot be. See, you got some of these Democratic shills who the reason why they want to vote for Joe Biden, even with no agenda, is because they just want to go back to sleep and expect nothing in return. Okay, that's good, crew. They expect nothing in return. But that's the problem. We've been doing that. That's called blind neglect. Some of these Democrats have given us nothing in return. But then when it comes to election, all of a sudden they want something. They want us to vote for them. We already know the Republicans basically don't want to do nothing. And that's why they keep losing, because they don't have a lot of us. But we should not be doing anything specifically. Kay, the problem is other groups get what they want specifically for their group. Black people are the only people who do not get anything, even if we ask, demand, or actually help typical political parties. We still get nothing in return. And that's why we have stopped trying to trust. Yeah, that's right, Jalen. I don't trust Joe Biden or Donald Trump. You see, the only reason why they fight for the black vote is because we're the biggest voting base. They know that the black people, the black base right now is what truly determines who wins the election. When they tell you that we are just only 13% of the population, but yet they demand our votes, that's a lie. If we were only 13% of the population, that means our community should not even be thriving this long. That means our community is growing, but a lot of people in our community are not counted. That's because they are afraid of a black majority or any non-white majority. So Kay, I believe you're a white person, aren't you? And I can even tell by your icon. I probably should have expected it with the whole InfoWar thing and stuff. But other groups get what they want, but not our group. Well, now we're changing that. We're telling both parties, either you give us what we want or no vote. No tangibles, no vote. But back to the Democratic and Republican shields. Those people, and yes, the whole human race thing, we don't get that benefit. We don't get that benefit, Kay. That's the thing. See, y'all and the other groups, especially the white people, y'all want to go with that human race thing. When it only benefits you, and if you don't want black people to have anything. That's the problem. Black people have built this country since slavery, and we have gotten nothing in return. That's why we're pissed off. Understand? Yes, everyone. Now I understand a politician should do everything for the entire country as America. But there are certain things that we want specifically for our groups. Just like any group, I believe any group should have something specifically just for them. Immigrants do deserve something. People of different religious groups deserve something. I believe there's something that should be only for other groups. I don't think I deserve everything, even though I've been mistreated because of my race. But this government has found a way to give other people anything but leave us behind. That's why we're now fighting harder to get what we want. That's exactly right. Esquire is saying the right thing. Because of racism, because of this government has wanted my people, Kay, to. You may not have committed the sins. You may not be racist. You may not have committed, or maybe you may have not committed the sins of your ancestors, but you've benefited what your ancestors and also some of your people today do what your ancestors did. Some even worse than your ancestors. We're seeing people, my people, being killed by racist cops. Just the other day in Philadelphia, a man with mental health issues was shot and killed. That's exactly right, Esquire. People like K Red Lotus benefited. All right. I'm surprised I haven't blocked you yet, but you haven't been too much disrespectful, but yes, you benefited. You may have not done the deeds. You may not believe in doing racist things, but your people have benefited because that's what the racist slave owners, the racists wanted. They know that they may not be around too long, but they wanted to create something so that future generations could have it. Unfortunately, the racists, the descendants of slave owners, and the slave owners themselves did things that was in the detriment of my people. So they did horrible things, not just slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, and all kinds, apartheid in South Africa, all kinds of evil, and they still do this evil today. And that's why we have people like Donald Trump in office. Like I said, and some people are worse than their ancestors. So racism still exists. Even if you don't believe in racism, unfortunately, it exists. Now back to the election. I don't know if any results come up, but yes, we have to start learning how to demand for stuff, not just beg and ask for stuff and don't expect it. Another thing is we need to start vetting for next elections. That means we need to start vetting people for next elections, meaning that's right, across the bridge from me in Philly. Yeah, and another thing, notice when white mass shooters shoot up the place, they get arrested alive, and then they claim they have mental health. A black guy who actually has mental health issues and just surrenders still gets shot. That's another thing. Now back to the thing about vetting. We need to start vetting these candidates for next elections, meaning that the next time that even if 2024 is years away, we need to start vetting who is running for office, and we need to make sure are they willing to perpetuate our agenda, meaning are they going to do our agenda, meaning are they going to give us a black agenda or any agenda that's going to help us? Are they going to give us reparations? Are they going to give us Medicare for all, free college, $15 minimum wages, net neutrality, anything that's going to benefit our people or any other people? But because this is about the black community, is it going to benefit our people? We need to start vetting people. We also need to start forming an economic base. We need to learn how to do things without the help of politicians. One thing we could do is we need to start unifying and building up an economic base, start supporting our communities, start supporting each other, and see what we can do without policies from politicians. But she was given a job because of a okay, you know what? I'm starting to think you're kind of to being a distraction here, Kay. Then for mods, keep an eye on certain individuals. If they cause any trouble, you have my permission to block them. So That's why I give you all the wrench. If anyone causes any problems, you have the right to block them if I don't block them myself and remove their comments. But yes, we need to, one way we have to vet in order to make sure that we have the politicians be in our interest is we got to give them we have to give them we have to have an economic base. And the reason why we have to have an economic base is because if we want the politician has to have a campaign. He or she has to be well financed. And one way to do that is we advance our economic base, and then we can use some of the money to give to the politician as long as they are willing to help us. And then they will be part of our agenda because we helped that candidate out and we gave him stuff. And we if they see that we're donating to that campaign is willing to do stuff for us. You see a lot of big corporate donors, a lot of businesses with a lot of money, they give donations to politicians, and the politicians do stuff for them because they donated to their campaigns. And that's why a lot of people want to get rid of corporate money. But in order for us to do it, we need to start building up our economic base. We need to start supporting more Black-owned businesses by any means necessary so we can build up the wealth, and we can also build up build up our wealth. Because right now we're at the bottom. That's right. Politicians are bought. We have resources. Let's direct them. That's right. That's what I mentioned. We need to build up our economic base, and then we need to vet and find candidates to represent us and put them in these primaries and general elections. And we need to also make sure that they're willing to bring in our agenda. That's where the vetting comes in. If they don't, swift punishment. That's right. If they decide not to do our agenda, we either not vote for them, or if they do get voted in and they're up for re-election, they get voted out. And we replace them with someone else that we prop up that's going to bring them in. And that's another thing, propping up people. We do not need anyone else propping up who is going to represent us. We need to be the ones to prop up the people. We, like I said, goes back to the vetting. We need to be the ones that vet them, and if they good, we need to prop them up. We don't need other people propping up our so-called leaders and stuff like that, because they'll pick people that will go against us, whether openly or secretly. That means we don't need to be, people like Clyburn. That guy is a shill for the Democrats. He's not for us. He's for the Democrats. That's right. He's for the Democrats. He's not for Black people. So we need to put in someone who's going to be for our community. Who's going to be for Black people. Who's going to be for our community. Not for people that look like. See, that's another thing. When it comes with, we've already done that thing about representations and stuff. It's good that we have representation and stuff like that. We have people that look like us. But the next question is, are they going to do anything for us? All right. We can't just focus on always having a face. All right. We need to make sure they're willing to do stuff for us. Hell, I'll even go for people who don't look like us, as long as they're willing to help us in our agenda. Yes, I prefer people that look like us to be the ones we pick. But if they're not going to do our agenda, then we need to find someone else that's willing to do. Ice Cube is not supporting Trump. He's not supporting Biden either. But the reason why he was talking to both campaigns, both Joe Biden and Donald Trump, is because what's up, Sly Jones? Is because he wanted to see who was really going to help us. All right, Ice Cube. I need to hear the agenda in a nutshell. Well, I just mentioned early, it's the agenda is reparations, Medicare for all, better access to college, better access to health, net neutrality, $15 or more minimum wage, better pay. Oh, another thing that we need is harsher punishment against racists, including racist crooked cops and politicians. Whatever. We got someone who claims he or she is being oppressed. Whatever. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, don't like it, huh, Kay? But anyway, all right, you keep it up, Kay. You're about to be blocked. All right. No, it does not. There is not racism. Does not go for. There is no such thing as black. You know what? That is it. That is it, Kay. I've had it with you. I've had it here with you. Let's see. All right. And there we go. I've had it here. Next person, all right, who wants to disrupt this this conversation is getting blocked and removed. All right. There's no such thing as racism from black people. There's no such thing as black racist. To be racist, you have to be in power. Unfortunately, our people, because of this government, we are been put in the bottom of the barrel and extremely powerless because of your people. Okay? So that's why you're getting blocked. All right? You claim you've been respectful, but so far you've been nothing but disrespectful. Clay Red Lotus. You've been nothing but... I think you're an infiltrator. I think you're a spy. K Red Lotus. I think you're a spy. That's what I think. See, we gotta be careful. See, this is why I don't put my links. All right, crew is up. I'm about to bring you up, crew. All right, I'm gonna add you to the string. Reality Black, can you hear me?
Yo, what up, Jdawg? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I'm gonna turn up the volume real quick. I'm starting to think this K Red Lotus is a spy.
Okay, let me check that.
Don't worry, I already blocked her. And the next thing I need to, I already removed her comments. But the next thing I need to do is find her her channel so I can block her so she cannot come back on here. Because she's just only on timeout for right now. She's on her next fake account. Yeah, she's probably gonna do that.
Who is
What? She's this white woman, I believe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get to her account so I can block it from there. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm starting.
You seen her before?
No, this is really the first time, but I'm starting to believe she is a possible spy.
But they can't spy on nobody. We're on YouTube. We're on.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, I believe. Yeah, I'm looking. I believe this individual. I believe this individual
But she got more
with the
accounts than
poll.
RBR.
I don't know who she's spying for, but I think I heard something about InfoWars. So yeah,
Like I said, Jdawg, they can't spy on us. We're on YouTube. We're on public platform.
yeah,
Whatever we
that is
say
true. But
can't
I
really stop
think
nobody from watching.
yeah, they're trying to infiltrate our conversation. I think that's what she was doing. I'm just disappointed that it took me this long to actually do something about it. That I apologize for not doing something about it earlier. I'm also looking on my TV. They've already started the results for the election and stuff. As you know, there's an election going on. I'm just talking about what we need to do if either candidate wins. What we need to do if or Biden or Trump wins. Now we know that if Biden is going to win, he is going to cater to the the alphabet, and to the immigrants. When he does that, we need to call him out and say, "You wanted black people to vote for you, but you don't want to do nothing." So what we need to do is we need to demand, and if they don't give in to our demands, we need to start making threats that we will go to the Republicans, even if whether they like us or not. But we will go to them just to send a message, or we will just not vote at all. We will also go independent, Green Party, Libertarian, or like I said earlier, we will just not vote at all, just like in this election, and have him voted out through that in 2024. Him and Kamala. This is only if he wins tonight's election. Now, Trump, the difference between him is this will be a second term. He's already out the door in 2024, but we can make a threat to the entire Republican Party that if they don't do anything for us, they will once again not be in. They cannot put anyone else in because they won't be voted in, and they will make sure that no new Republican comes in 2024 when Trump leaves. Now, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah. So I looked at the ticket today when I went to vote this morning,
All right.
and I wrote in my roommate as president. Right. Yeah, because fuck them both, right? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's what people hearing. Um,
So
so
and
far, I'm
I
looking at the results right now. Actually, my TV is on mute.
okay.
Looking at the results. Trump right now is leading by 11 points, and Joe Biden has 8 points.
I
So
think Jason was right. Trump gonna win again.
yeah, right now. Oh, actually, he's way. Biden is actually way below right now. He actually has 3 points. They just meanwhile.
Oh, you talking about electorals? They're saying 13 for Trump and 3 for Biden so
Yes.
far.
All right, and so far the
The
Senate
popular vote
races.
is 50
Yeah.
48.7.
All right. So far these Senate races are too close to call. A number of Senate seats are on the line tonight. So but it's too close to call right now for the Senate seats. Um, for the Democrats, in order for the Democrats to take back the Senate seat, they have to win at least 4 seats. 4 seats tonight.
To
Four
win
new
the Senate,
seats.
win the
Yeah,
Senate.
that's the Senate. And they must not lose any, barely lose. They can only lose but a couple of their incumbent seats, but they need to win 4 new seats to
Take over the Senate.
to dominate the Senate. They do
Hey,
that.
do you think that's going to happen?
Well, right now, for the past couple of years, the Democrats have, since 2010, the Democrats have failed to get the Senate back. And that's the most powerful part of the legislative branch is the Senate seat.
Exactly.
They're the ones that have the judicial committee, and they are the ones that can appoint people, whether it be Secretary of State, Attorney General, or they can, well, what I meant to say is approve the appointees of the president, like any of these court judges.
Hey, Hey,
The
you know where they
cruise.
messed up though?
Yep,
Remember, it used to be the Senate gets elected by the House of Representatives. But we vote for our House of Representatives and they vote for the senators, right? But now they had switched it a few decades ago to where now the Senate goes by the popular vote. So now
that's
us
right.
voters, but you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But they're supposed the senators, that's why they're the higher part of the house. They're supposed to get elected by
oh,
our representatives.
okay. Well, wait. You know what? I think that's a good idea. I think the people should be the ones that decide who has the Senate, because the House of Representatives, we can't just depend on them to pick the right person. No, it needs to be us. Matter of fact, we all need to be deciding who gets what position. That means,
Oh, but then let me ask you this, Jdawg.
yeah.
Why would we have a Senate and a House of Representatives if they're all directly representative of the people? Wouldn't need both of them, the House of Representatives.
Well, first of all, that's something that there was. This was something that was created a long time ago when this country was first built. They thought that they needed, as you know, there are three branches: the Senate and the House. The House of Representatives and the Senate
That's
both
the
represent
legislative
the
branch,
legislative branch. The president and many
the
of these
executive branch,
secretaries, the president, the vice president, and a lot of these secretaries and a lot of these
the ABC Fed companies, ATF,
yeah,
FBI,
the
FBI.
executive branch. A lot of these heads of departments represent the executive branch, and then you have the judicial branch, where the biggest leader of that branch is the Supreme Court, and then also who is part of that branch is these federal judges, basically law enforcement and stuff like that. The courts, that's the judicial branch.
Hey, Dog, can I break it down for the slow children in the back of the classroom? Just
Go ahead.
just basic history. All right, so you got the legislative branch, which is Congress and the Senate. They make the laws.
Yeah, they're
Uh,
the ones who
they,
make
they,
the law. I forgot to mention that part. Yes, they're the ones who make the laws, and then the
the
people who
Donald Trump, the Barack Obamas, the Bill Clintons, and George Bushes. Those are the ones that enforce the law. So the
wrong
executive
answer.
branch is
They're
the
the ones that
police.
execute the laws. They're the ones that make the laws exist. All
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
they're
they're
the
the ones that approve the law.
no
The people that enforce the law is the judicial branch.
no. The
No,
judicial
no,
branch
that is
makes sure
correct.
that the laws are constitutional and they abide by the laws that they made in the first place.
Yeah, that's called
The
enforcement.
judicial is basically they're like the referees in the basketball.
Yeah, that's called enforcing. But yes, at the same time, they're also responsible to making sure that everything is constitutional. So yeah, that's called enforcing. But the president, yeah, they have some authority to make sure the laws is enforced, but they're the ones that make the laws improved and exact.
So let me ask you this, J Dog.
Yeah.
What happens if Congress passes a law 99%, right? Congress approves it 99%, the Senate approves it 99%. They send it to Donald Trump and he vetoes it. What happens?
What happens? Two things can happen. Number one, the law just dies. Number two,
Hmm.
an override. The Congress, as long as they have the votes, can override a veto. Like I said before, the president doesn't have all the power. The president is just the face of the country and the leader, but
Yeah,
he does not have all the power. That means the
exactly.
Supreme Court or the legislative branch can override his decision, and that makes it law. They can say what he thinks is constitutional, and they can, as long as they have the votes, they can override his veto.
Oh, and
That's
look
what
at this, J
happened.
Dog. Hey, look at this, J Dog, right? So if Congress makes a law, right? Everybody passes law, and then the Supreme Court says, okay, but that's unconstitutional, right?
They have the right.
Yeah, but guess what the legislature gonna do? if they get the majority, they'll just change the Constitution. You know, and then you can't say it's
That person,
unconstitutional
what
because
they'll
you just
try to
changed
do
the
is they'll try to find a way to make it constitutional. That's the point of the legislative. But yes, it is job of the Supreme Court to make sure that it's constitutional, and if it's constitutional, they will enforce the law. But if
Constitution.
they feel like it's unconstitutional, but still want to make a similar law, the legislative will have to make justifications, modifications that the Supreme Court would consider constitutional.
Let me ask you this, J
They'll
Dog.
have to do changes, and yes, they'll have to go and look into the Constitution and stuff to see what changes they can make so that it will become constitutional.
Hey, let me ask you this, J Dog. Uh, who made the who gave the Supreme Court or the federal judges their authority? Gave the president, the executive branch their authority.
Yeah, I think
Who,
something like that.
who gave them their authority?
It will be basically the president and the Congress and stuff. But here's the thing.
Yeah, Congress gave the president authority. Congress gave uh
Yes,
the courts their authority. But Congress can make the laws. If Congress says 60% or 100% and they want to and they make a law and there is no Supreme Court, there is no president, Congress can do that because Congress is our representative of our people.
yes. They
Technically,
can.
that's how
That's
they
what's
say it's
called
supposed.
impeachment. That's also called impeachment. They can impeach the Supreme Court and they can impeach the president. That's what they actually did a couple years ago.
Yeah,
All they
Bill
have to
Clinton
do is
got impeached.
find an excuse in a case. They have to find an excuse in a case. But then the reason why the impeachment failed is because even though the Congress, the House, the representatives approved the impeachment, they had to go to the Senate, which was run by the Republicans, at least right now.
Yep.
So the problem is, and guess what? Like I said before, the Senate is stronger just because they're the ones that have the Judicial Committee. All right. As long as the Senate is majority pro Trump, they knew that impeachment was not going to work. They cannot remove the president. Both houses. That's why both houses have to approve the law before it goes to the president and stuff like that.
Hey, J
And it's
Dog,
both
that goes
houses.
back to this whole Breonna Taylor thing, and all the stuff we've been putting up with. Uh, Now I know I vote. I'm pretty sure you vote. We have Social Security numbers. We're Americans. We're foundational Negroes and everything. Right? We've been here forever. How come we never get picked for jury duty?
Now the reason why they do that is because they want the races. It's the racist justice system. They are trying to make it harder for black people to get fair justice. They also can try to control who gets to become a judge. But luckily, we're starting to be hip to the game. And like I said before, that's why we need an economic base, and why we also need to pick candidates for positions like judges to fulfill our agenda, where it will make it harder for the corrupt racist justice system to cause damage and stuff like that. Because the racists, the white supremacists, they infiltrate, but they also have an economic base. They donate to their politicians that are going to do the interest of the white racists, and they infiltrate. That's how they
I was
infiltrate.
gonna get you on this one too, J Dog. They didn't infiltrate. Now I know that's what we always generally say. They've infiltrated the police. They've infiltrated the feds and everything. The whole system is built on white supremacy, so they didn't infiltrate. They're exactly where they're supposed to be.
You know what? You're actually true. Yes, it started with. Yeah, the thing is, what people don't understand is the police. They weren't always called the police. Their original job was to catch slaves. See, that's what some people don't understand or try to ignore, is that the original job of the police officer was to catch slaves.
Mm-hmm. And
And
even if you had the sheriff or the constable, even in England, right? If you had the constable, right? That's what we would call a sheriff, right?
yes, the
But
sheriff, yeah, our law
the
enforcement,
sheriff is the highest
yeah,
ranking law enforcement officer in your local area. Even if the feds come, if Obama sends the FBI to your county, they have to run it by the sheriff. The
yeah.
sheriff is the top guy in your county.
And another thing, I want to bring up another thing. Our prison system started off as slave plantations. Yes, you're being racist here. Oh, looks like Kay's back. Kay's back. Okay, I'm gonna have to get
Hey,
rid of
hey,
her.
hey, 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 J-Dog, what does Jason say? Let
What?
them. What does Jason say? You know, TBA. Let them
What?
say what they're gonna say, so then we can let it all be out there. Let them run through all of their arguments, and if they want to argue with you, send her the link. Tell her put her email, and send her the link.
I'm not bringing her in here. No way.
Otherwise, just block her. If she doesn't want to have
That's
a
what I was
good
about to do.
conversation,
I'm not gonna let her in here.
yeah, I
Ah,
know.
see, yep, this is the same person. This is the same person. All right, I'm getting sick and tired of these people.
Nobody blocked you because of your color.
What? Yeah, no
Nobody.
one's blocking you because of your color. It is your behavior. You see, that's the problem.
Yeah, the
And
idiotic
we
arguments
know
that
that some of you want to get in our conversations and stuff. We see, that's another thing. These people want to get into our conversation that's about us. These people want to get into our conversations about us and about our interests and stuff. Okay, I
hey,
can't
do we
find.
go get into arguments between the Welsh and the Irish? Oh, let
No,
them
we
argue
don't.
that shit over there. You know what I mean? In Wales, in England. That's none of my business. Y'all
I
do that
know.
over there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but they want to get into our conversations and stuff like that. This has nothing to do with you. See, but that's the
Hey,
problem.
you didn't season your chicken correctly. Well, you're not eating my chicken. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, that's the thing. They want to get in our conversations. All right, this is about us. All right, like you said, you don't want to be in. They don't want us in their conversations. Don't come in ours then. And like I
Exactly.
said, they're nothing more than distractions. That's another thing. We have to start ignoring some of these distractions and only call it out when we really need to call it out. Because that's what they're trying to do. They want attention, they're distractions, and I feel distracted.
Some of our people
Yeah,
we need to deal with too.
yes.
Some of
There
our
are
own people need to be dealt with like
yes.
them.
Yeah, they're meant to distract and keep the focus off of serious stuff. That's why I have not done a video on what Lil Nas X done, because what he's
Oh
doing.
Lord, Lord, just like Nicki
Yeah,
Minaj.
yeah. You know what? We're not even gonna bring up. I'm not gonna do a video on Lil Nas X because what he's doing is just nothing more than a distraction. We have bigger things to worry about. That's the thing. We have bigger things to worry about.
It's
Um,
terrible.
right now, as right now, this is what we need to start worrying about. We need to worry about how this country really works. Yeah, but this is
I
our
think also J Dog, um,
yeah,
no matter what happens, dog, like it's always been the same. Well, Bush or Obama or all this, well, we're still getting jacked up by police. We're still getting pulled over for no reason.
yeah,
We
yeah. But
still
the
ain't
thing,
getting no
yeah,
jobs. We still, we still don't
yeah,
have no wealth. I can't tell the difference between the Republicans and the Democrats because both of them is punching me every time I see them.
yeah. But the
So
problem
what's the
is
difference?
yeah. Yeah, the problem is you still got these what you call shields of these different political parties that keep telling you you need to be on our side. You need to vote for them. The lesser two evils. We're getting sick of the lesser two evils. At the end, it's the key word is evil. What about finding the greater good? The greater good. That's the thing.
And how
We
come we always got to be on their side, but they never on our side?
That's another thing. They want us to help them, but they don't help us in return. And that's why we need to start vetting people. And we need to start picking allies wisely. Stop trying to help everyone. Just focus. You trying to help everyone. You don't even know how to help yourselves first.
Yeah, like that. I don't know, because you know how you have friends, like when you're growing up and whatever. Always there for people that All right, here's $5, here's $10, but then when you need $5 or $10, they don't never have it for you.
Yeah,
Like
that's
they,
the
they
problem.
like they're incapable of having it. Like, so what the hell am I helping you?
I
You're
know.
never on my side. I'm always on your side, but you're never on my side.
Yeah, and that's what some of
That's the
our
story of
people.
American Negroes.
Yeah, that's what some of our people need to get out of. And that's why we need to start vetting. So, like I said, we need to start vetting these people, see if they're really trustworthy. And we need to start learning about these different we need to start vetting these people and vetting these so-called allies to see if they really are allies. But so far, we really don't have a lot of real allies. We have only each other now. But you still have some of us that we need allies. We need allies. No, we don't need allies, but what we do need is us as a people. We need to start working together as a black diaspora, as a black community first before we start asking for allies outside of our community. How are we going to be asking for allies outside of our community when we don't come together as a black community?
Yeah, you can't go ask your neighbors if you don't have your own house in order.
That's right.
You know what I
That's the
mean? If they
problem.
hear you and your wife arguing all day, you know what I mean? You and your child arguing all day. How's your neighbor gonna come help you? If you
Yeah,
don't even have your own house in order.
yeah, and that's why our neighbors don't respect us because we're willing to go help the neighbor, but we're willing to help the neighbor destroy each other, destroy us, destroy each other, destroy people that look like us. We're willing to help the neighbor destroy other people that look like us. But that same neighbor is not asking us to help destroy people that look like that neighbor.
Right. You're not going the essay ain't gonna tell you to come. Hey, Holmes, hey, Nico, hey, come over here. Help me beat up this other essay. No, they're not gonna ask you that.
No, they'll do it themselves. That time they will do it themselves. They will keep if they're infighting to themselves. They're not going to have outside help then. But us, our community, or at least our traders, they want to go into mixed company to attack another black person, like what's happening with Ice Cube. You got people
Yeah.
like Keenan Thompson and attacking Ice Cube. You got people like Lisa Ray. You got people like D.L. Hughley. Like I said earlier, Ice Cube doesn't even like Trump. But because Trump is the president, you have to go to even your enemies to
Yeah.
get stuff done for your benefits. China
Exactly.
is the enemy of the United States of America, but the U.S. is trading with China. Do you see other countries complaining to the U.S. or complaining to China to stop working together and stuff, knowing that stop working together actually is not a benefit, is a benefit that they work together to in order to do better trade so we don't end up in World War III, even though we're different, even though the countries are different and are considered enemies?
I got two examples, three, right? You look at the gangs. Jeff Fort started one gang, Larry Hoover, right?
All right.
Opposite gang, Chicago gangs, right? But they talk to each other to stop the beef. The Bloods and the Crips, that would be. Uh, didn't MLK or Malcolm X go talk to the Klan?
I
You know what
think
I mean?
I heard stuff like that. Yes, there have been times where the Crips and Bloods have done truce. And you know why? Because they understand that if they keep killing each other or killing their loved ones, it's going to depopulate us and it's going to damage the neighborhoods.
Oh,
So
if
every
I got
once in a while, they
if
have
I
to
got
get
my gun
troops.
to your head like this, you got your gun in my head like this, right? We know. Okay, this is a bad situation. Hey, Jdawg, can we just
Yeah,
put them down and talk it out? Let's just talk
yeah,
it
that's
out.
right, and that's the same with
We'll
these
get back to
nations.
war tomorrow if we don't come up with an understanding. But as for now,
I
for
know.
these young people, the young people that don't know anything but Disney, watch Captain Jack Sparrow's called a parley, a parlay. He
Yeah,
talks for the
parlay.
opposite side.
Yeah, to see what they can do that can benefit without the need of violence because they want to avoid violence. And countries, one thing these countries are trying to do, people like the UN, people like NATO, the reason why they created those things is because they don't want another world war. They know that a world war is going to lead to them using nuclear arms that's going to destroy the entire planet. Ice Cube, all Ice Cube was doing was he was talking to both parties because one of them is in power, but it happened that Trump, who's currently in power, was the one that was willing to go a little bit further. Do I agree with Ice Cube talking to Trump? No. But at the same time, I kind of understand why.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him talking to him.
Yeah.
Because look, if somebody, you know what I mean, it's like you don't negotiate with terrorists. Yes, you do negotiate with terrorists.
Now, as long as he's not buck dancing and saying that Trump is the greatest thing ever, and as long as Ice Cube is not going around saying that Trump is not racist, I know Ice Cube knows Trump is racist. And if actually something does get done that does benefit our community, then yes, go for it. And that's what the Democrats should have did. They should have talked to Ice Cube and had a serious conversation. No, instead they want to do a Zoom call and make it look like a freaking joke. And these Democratic shills, that's why they're angry at Ice Cube. And now they're mocking him and on the media and stuff like that. The liberal run media is mocking them because they're mad because they can't act like real people. Ice Cube thinks business. People like your DL Hugleys are nothing but jokes. Ice Cube, and like I do say that celebrities are not our leaders, but as long as they actually doing something that's constructive, they're actually doing what's best for their people, they can come help us out. But you have Joe Biden dealing with people like Cardi B, who's not even black and is not really doing specific policies that's going to help our people. She just wants to be the face of everything and wants everything to be a freaking joke and entertainment. But that's who they picked, decided to talk to, not someone serious.
Yeah, these people, they don't look. The U.S. talked to Hitler. U.S. talked to Japan during World War II. They talked to their enemies before they bombed the fuck out. But they talk to them. You always have to talk to your enemies because,
Yes.
like I said, if I'm killing 200 of your guys a day, you're killing 200 of my guys a day. That's not going to be sustainable. So, hey, Jdawg, how can we work
Yeah,
this
the
out?
European nations and America realized that white people being killed in World War II was depopulating their nations, was depopulating their race. That's why one of the reasons why they had to stop the war, because they realized it was causing a mass depopulation of white people, and that's exactly what this coronavirus is doing as well. And that's why they're in the predicament that they are, which is the low birth rates of today.
Yeah, they do. They doing that all the time. Anyway, I don't think they care about if they depopulate themselves. I think
Yeah,
they're trying to depopulate themselves.
they know how to be the the minority, but have as long as they have control of the government, they could be the minority. What they're trying to do now is that now that they know that they're going to be the minority, what they're trying to do is they're trying to gain power, can control the government as a minority, because they know that as long as they control the government, they still have the power. They just don't have the numbers. And they, as long as we don't retaliate and fight back and over outnumber them through retaliation, that's what we're hoping to do.
Do you think we're too nice, Jdawg?
Yeah, but that's the problem. Is that we're too nice. Some of us are too forgiving. We don't realize that we're outnumbering them, and we can actually fight back even if they're in power. But yeah, that's the problem. What we need to also start doing is we need to stop that forgiveness and stop being too nice.
Oh, that's what gets me. People be forgiving them. Um, Before the guy even said, "I'm sorry, please forgive me."
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like,
No, let them
no,
deal with the
they never
punishment
even said,
first.
"I'm sorry, I
Yeah, that's
apologize, I didn't
another
mean
thing.
it." But, well,
Why?
I forgive him. No, man.
Yeah, that's another thing. If they have no remorse, if they don't feel sorry, they're not willing to make amends, then I'm going to let them suffer as well. I'm going to let them suffer the worst punishment in the world and not feel bad about them since they don't feel bad about me. But you got your Botham Brandon Johns in the world and that one black teen recently saying, I forgive and stuff like that. I forgive
Did
nothing.
you see dude in Philly, right? Dude that got killed in front of his mom in Philly. That's why they turning Philly upside down.
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know.
but his dad talking about he's already on the train with the on the coon train with him.
Yeah. See, and that's another reason why some of they think that if we do the forgiveness, that we'll get sympathy from the lamestream media, and also it makes it easier to get a settlement. See, no, they need us to do that is because they don't want us to fight back.
What kind of settlement can I get from you, dog? Like listen, I don't even know you in real life, but like just YouTube, right? But if the police got you, dog, what kind of money can they pay me to replace your life? To replace me talking to you?
Yeah, that's another thing. And then another thing is they don't even take the money out of the wallets of the police officers. If I want to do a settlement, I'm only going to do it because I want to financially punish the officer that killed my family member or
Oh
me.
yeah, because you get the settlement, you're paying the taxes to pay your own settlement.
Yeah, that's the thing. The problem is they have the taxpayers, the city paying for it. No, if I want to punish someone financially, I want to do what they did with the civil court of OJ. I wanted to make sure the money comes out of their pocket, not the pocket of tax law-abiding taxpayers who had nothing to do with that racist cop killing members of my family. All right.
Exactly. Like we just go follow him around the country and make sure he can't get a job or something. You know what I mean? Like that's how you punish him financially.
Yes.
Make sure he no, because he got fired from this police force. No, he gonna move 3 states over and be the police over
Yeah,
there
that's
and
the
choke
thing.
somebody else
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. We need to punish them financially. We need to make sure they barely can make money, and if we are expecting a settlement, that it comes out of their pocket, not the pocket of other people, especially people who did not do the wrongdoing. It is not fair that other people have to pay for the wrongdoing of some public service.
Hey, cause
And
they
so
don't look at
another
this.
thing is,
Look at
to tell you the
oh,
truth,
go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
could care less if I get a settlement or not. I want that person to rot in jail because, like you said, that money. Is it going to bring? What can I use? Okay, I can use that money for the funeral, but what I really wanted was my family member to still be alive. I can't bring my family member back. I can spend that money the next day and it's gone forever because I spend it. But once I lose my family member's life, that family I can't get no paycheck that brings my family back to life.
Yep. Hey, I look at it like that. Like if you look at old school law, right? If you were to kill somebody, right,
Yeah.
your life is forfeited to their family. You know what I mean? The family of the person you killed, right? It's not that you gotta go to jail or nothing. It's not punishment. No, it's like we gotta get our reparations. Right. So if you killed my 14-year-old son, well, give me your 14-year-old son, and I'll train him like he's my 14. Got to replace that. You know what I mean? If I borrow your car and crash it, right? What do I have to do? Buy you a new car, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Or at least drive you to work until your insurance hits you up or whatever my insurance hits you up. But I'm responsible for replacing what you were using your car for.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the one thing we need to do right now is, in order for that stuff to happen, we need to start getting, we need to kick out this forgiveness mindset first. We got to kick out that forgiveness mindset and start a mindset of justice, a mindset of vengeance needs to be our mindset, not a mindset of forgiving everyone, even if they're not deserving of forgiveness. We got to get rid of that mindset first.
Yep. Dog, if you punch me in the face, right, give me a black eye, I got to go to the hospital, right?
Hmm.
I'll start forgiving you after you pay my medical bills. You get me? And after you apologize and after you pay my medical bill. That's when I can start to forgive you.
My
Oh,
thing
I'm
is,
sorry, and but you didn't. I got medical bills. I got this, that. Then what is there to talk about? What is there to forgive?
and that's another thing. Now, I understand if it was an accident, but if you did it on purpose, what's the point of forgiving you? You did it on purpose. Why should I forgive you? You have no remorse. I should never forgive you. I even if you beg for an apology, I still may never forgive you because once again, you're only asking for forgiveness because you got caught and now you're about to face the consequence. I may never forgive you, and why should I?
Yeah, exactly.
That's another thing. Be careful when they make these unsincere apologies. You know, they're only apologizing because they got caught. But like I said, unfortunately, you get some people who are willing to be good, nice because, and that's why religion has damaged us. You got some people in the mindset of just being nice to everyone, but not expected to be nice to back. Hey, I'm about to click off this live stream right now because I'm about to do some stuff. I might make some more videos for the next couple of days. The next time, also will eventually make a video on when the results come in of who wins the election. But do you have any final says, final moments?
Yeah, I'm happy you had me up here, Jdawg, man. You know, we all came up together, so
Yeah,
uh
it's been a while. Tell you the truth, it's been a while since I talked to you, since you've been on my
and
live
my
streams.
computer's been down for a little bit.
Yeah, I've been having problems with my internet. That's why I barely get on sometimes. But
Hey, I'll be building computers, so I might be able to work one out for you.
yeah.
So
Well,
hey, we'll,
yeah,
we'll be in touch, man. You know, Hangout still works. So
yeah. But don't worry. Yeah. Well, actually, this is StreamYard, by the
no,
way.
I mean Hangout still works for the texting and you know what I mean,
Yeah,
quality.
yeah. Unfortunately, they got rid of Google Hangout, but yeah, they have
No, they
things.
didn't. It still works. You just can't stream off of it, but it still
Yeah,
works.
yeah. The streaming part of Google Hangouts is destroyed. So now people have to use things like Zoom or Restream or StreamYards. But yeah, thank you for your time. I'm about to stop now. I'm about to look into these results. I'll make another video. I'll make a video for when the true results come in, if they determine a winner. But thank
Oh,
y'all
and
for
stay
coming.
out the way, J-Dog. Stay out the way. Let the white folks fight Biden versus Trump. Let them
Yeah,
fight. Move all
I'm
the
gonna
way out
stay
the
out of the
way.
way.
Stay in the house.
I'm gonna be watching everything on the TV. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
sitting
but
back
stay
and
out their
relax
way.
on
Don't
the
get
TV.
into their fight. This is not your fight. Let them
Yeah,
fight.
that's another thing. Be careful out there. If you don't have to, do not get involved Well, what's going on with these elections if you do not have to? Stay out of the way, stay safe, stay in your homes, but do prepare to protect yourself. Learn how to
Exactly.
protect yourself. We're going to have to start learning how to defend ourselves when it comes to that because it's about to get crazy.
Yep,
But if
yep.
you can
Stay
stay
out the way,
away,
stay in the house. Have everything loaded.
yeah.
Uh, you
Yeah,
know,
it's not a fight, but do prepare to defend yourself if you are in a sense of danger. So yeah, be careful, watch your surroundings, and etc. Don't be out alone, at least not for very long. Be together and unify. But that's all I have to say. I'm about to click off.
all
This
right,
is
J
J
Dog,
Dog.
I'm gonna holler at you, bro.
All right, this is Jdawg. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch y'all in another stream or another video. Peace, everyone.